Hello guys, good morning again, and this is lesson 8, Culture Around the World, Tasmania. We're going to be reading a text and we're going to be answering, so I want you to have ready your pupils book, your activity book, your pencil case, and we're going to go to what? We're going to go to lesson 8 right here. We're going to go to lesson 8, and remember, we're going to check our pupils book, which is page 90, and is this lesson over here, Culture Around the World, lesson 8, and then we're going to see our activity book right here, lesson 8. Matsuki, it's 87, the page. So are you ready? Let's go and let's start our lesson. Okay, culture in the world. We're going to go to our warm-up right here. Do you remember the story in lesson 3? What job does Lily and Joe's dad do? What can you remember about his job? Okay? Do you remember what Lily and Josh's dad do? If you don't remember, please, you can open your book over here and let's go to the interview. Listen. Emmys. Okay. Do you remember he was a what? What he was? Who can remember? Ok, aquí dice que era que por cierto, he was late. Ah, no. He was a lighthouse keeper. Aquí lo dice en frame number 4, miren. Aquí está. Dice, or that is a lighthouse keeper. A lighthouse keeper is a person who looks after the lighthouse. I have to clean the lamps every day, says the dad, dice el señor. So, he was a lighthouse keeper. Perfect. Now, that's more or less the subject today because we're going to talk about a lighthouse. Do you know what a lighthouse is? We have a lighthouse here in Tabasco, in el puerto de Frontera. There is a beach called Playa Bruja, Bosques is the name of that beach. And at the end, ahí hay un lighthouse. Entonces, a lighthouse is the one that gives light to the ships that are in the ocean, in the sea. When they're coming to the coast, they leave light. Son los que alumbran to all those ships, and the captain of the ship knows that over there is the coast. And with that light, he knows how far is from the coast. And the captain can trace the route of the sea, and it's easier. So a lighthouse must be very careful every time, and the lamps of the lighthouse, the light, should be clear and should be clean all the time, especially here because we have La Sonda de Campeche and there is a lot of boats over there, abastecedores, platforms, boats, and that's a housekeeper. But today we're going to go talk about one in Tasmania. Okay, let's see our aims over here. We use the internet to investigate Tasmania, learn about lighthouse keepers in Tasmania, And think about lighthouse in your country. I just told you one, the one here near in Tabasco. Read Luke's questions. What do you think? Yesterday I visited the lighthouse at Matsuiker Island near Tasmania. Can you answer this question? What is a lighthouse used for? How many lighthouse keepers live on the Matsuiker Island? What did the lighthouse keepers do every day? What is the weather like in the island? Okay, to answer these questions, we must read the lesson. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to read, and then we're going to answer in your classroom, in your book, directo en el libro. Please, you're going to put the answers over there. I'm going to be checking and tell you. I can't write over here. No puedo escribir aquí. But you can't. You can do it in your book. Así que I'm going to be saying and when I find the questions, okay? Let's be ready for a story. Read and listen, answer Luke's questions.
Lighthouse keepers. Lighthouses are very important for the safety of ships. They warn them to stay away from dangerous land and rocks, and they help sailors to know where they are. Each lighthouse has got its own special sequence of light flashes. It's very important that the lamps flash in the correct sequence so that sailors know where they are. There are lots of lighthouses all over the world, but not many have got lighthouse keepers now. On Matsuka Island, near Tasmania, there were 3 lighthouse keepers who lived on the island with their families. They were the only people who lived on the island. The lighthouse was built in 1891. In the past, the lamps used oil, but now they use solar power. The lighthouse has got 3 floors and a spiral staircase made of metal. The lighthouse keepers checked the weather 4 times a day. They also cleaned the lamps. When a ship from Sweden crashed onto the rocks, the lighthouse keepers helped the 6 sailors get to the island safely. The island is very remote, and there aren't any houses or shops. The lighthouse keepers and their families received food every few months by boat. The bad weather made their job difficult too. It rains most days on the island, and it's very windy. Life wasn't easy, but the lighthouse keepers always kept the lamps burning.
Okay. We're going to do our exercise right here. It says, are there any lighthouse where do you live? Yes, we have one in Frontera. Ahora sí, what is the light used for? What is the light used for? Vamos a ver aquí. Aquí está. Very good. Let's find the questions over here in the story. What is the lighthouse used for? It's used to clean, to land on rocks, to rain, to warn ships. Para advertirle que se, ándale, ¿dónde está la orilla? Para aviso. Away from dangerous land and rocks. ¿Verdad? There were How many lighthouse keepers living in there? There were three, says 3 families live there. Okay. What did the lighthouse keeper do every day? They check the weather and clean the lamps. Claro. What is the weather like on the island? Como dijo que 4 times a day. They also clean the lamps. Keepers check the weather 4 times a day. When ships are in 6 sailor. Okay, let's see. Entonces, ¿cómo ponemos? What is the weather like in the island? It rains most days and it's very windy. It rains and it's very windy. A ver, let's see if we're right. Yeah, we're right. Well done. Very good. Ahora sí. Are there any lighthouses where you live? Yes, I just told you about Frontera. There is a lighthouse over there. El Bosque is the name. Are there any lighthouse keeper in your country? What do they do? No, we don't have housekeepers in Mexico anymore. They just light the lights in a they program the lights and they light up at night at certain times. Ya no hay, por ejemplo, en Frontera van los que están a cargo, los oficiales, van a checarlas cada tercer día to see if the lights are right, si no se ha fundido un poco, if it didn't turn off. But the people don't live in the lighthouses anymore. Ya no lo hacen. So no, they don't. Okay. Let's open our page 87 of activity book, please. We're going to do the listening, guys. Activity 1, page 87. Listen and complete. Ready?
That's a lovely photo. What lighthouse is that? It's Matsuka Lighthouse. It's on an island near Tasmania. How far from Tasmania is it? It's 10 kilometers away. It looks very tall. How tall is it? It's 15 meters tall.
15.
Wow! What's it like inside? There are lots of stairs inside. It's got 3 floors. What's it made of? It's made of red bricks, but they painted it white. The light is really big. How often does it flash? It flashes every 30 seconds. Wow, I'd love to go and see it. Me too.
Okay. It says it's 15 meters. How tall is it? How far? ¿Qué tan lejos? Is the lighthouse of Tasmania? 10 kilometers. How tall is it? How many floors? ¿Cuántos pisos? 3 floors. What color is the tower? Es white, dice que la pintaron de blanco. White. And how often does the flash? It's carry every 30 seconds. Y tienen un sistema de luces así como si fuera un sistema Morse para parpadear. Let's check a ver si we're right. Good. Very good. Now, explore internet with you. Teacher, do the Tasmania web. Which country is Tasmania part of? Pues vamos a checar nuestro internet aquí en Tasmania, el demonio de Tasmania. Sí. A ver, vamos a ver demonio de Tasmania aquí. Where is Tasmania? Bueno, which country is Tasmania part of? We're gonna put Australia. Australia. Yes, Sí. Buen día. A ver, tengo que ponerle pausa porque me está hablando una mamá de segundo. Es que has de tener grabación. Okay, we continue. Okay. Australia. Which country is Tasmania part of? Australia. What is the ocean? What ocean is Tasmania in? Is the Pacific. The Pacific Ocean. Tasmania is in the Pacific Ocean. Which wild animal can you only find in Tasmania? The Tasmanian. That's very popular. The Tasmanian devil. And the Tasmanian devil. How many people lives in Tasmania? 515,000 population. 515, let's separate 1, 2, 3. 1,000. That was the population in Tasmania. And what is the largest city in Tasmania? Hobart. Hobart. No, I didn't change it. It's the one here in the bottom. Hobart. 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 And Hobart is the capital of Tasmania too, and it's the capital. Okay, that's it. Let's go to the other one. ¿Qué más dice aquí? Find out another lighthouse that has a housekeeper. You can look in internet to see if the story of another lighthouse, I don't know, around the world. Check in internet, please, and watch the little video in your tablet. And then review the lesson. Today we'll learn about the lighthouse keeper in Tasmania. Yes. It is an interesting job. Yes, it is. Maybe it's boring. What did you learn about Tasmania? That is in the Pacific Ocean, for example. Would you like to go there? Yes. They say Australia is beautiful. And those places over there. So I would like to go. I don't know you guys. Okay, guys, was nice to see you. I love you. And remember to do your homeworks.